All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to you. I have Grant and Bruno as my partners in yoga this morning, and they're going to go through our practice this morning, and you'll have somebody else to watch. So the practice today is on flexibility, and it was funny, right before we started the video, I was putting my hair up, and this rubber band broke. And it's just such a good reminder of how we need to be flexible in our life throughout our practice. When we get to that breaking point when we can't be flexible anymore, we're going to break. And so taking time for our practice, slowing down, finding those things that make you happy are going to help give you that flexibility off the mat. And so really, again, I always go back to yoga as a metaphor on the mat for how our life goes off the mat. So if we can breathe through the postures, if we can focus our mind when we're on the mat, it's going to just help us that much more off the mat. So we're going to go ahead and start standing today. If you do have any blocks, you might want to go ahead and get any props that you typically will practice with, like a block or a strap if you like those. And then come onto your mat and we'll start standing. And find the feet hip-width distance apart and really ground into the feet. I want you to feel the inner thighs rotate in towards one another. It's almost like you're trying to screw the feet into the floor. And then feel the hip bones press down. And you're going to kind of lift up through the heart. So the sternum, the center of the chest lifts up, but don't start puffing the ribs out. You just want to lift up. And then feel the sternum lift towards the chin. And then slightly tuck the chin so you feel the back of the neck long and it's parallel to the floor. And it's almost like somebody's trying to pull the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And then we'll have the fingertips pointing down. I just want you to close the eyes, relax the fingertips, but feel the legs nice and firm. The core is engaged. A softness through the jaw, though. Notice if you started to clench the jaw or squint the eyes even though they're closed. And then just breathe here naturally. If you're breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth, or out of the mouth, whatever it is, I just want you to start arriving here in this moment. So a lot of times we're rushing through our day. We're not even focused on what we're doing. We're just going through the motions of life. So let's take a moment here to really observe where we are and come into this space today. Be thankful for the day that we have been given. And then we'll bring the hands together in front of the heart. Keep the eyes closed. And then we'll take our 3 breaths to begin our practice in through the nose and out of the mouth. All together, inhale. Big inhale all the way up. And then open the mouth, control the breath, sigh it out. And we'll do that 2 more times. Soft inhale through the nose, but expand through the lungs. And then exhale out of the mouth. Don't let it go out too fast. Just sigh it out with control. And we'll do that 1 final time together. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And then let's seal the lips and bring all of your awareness to your conscious breath. And we'll start to breathe deeply in and out of the nose. So you want to find a pace that is soft and rhythmic to you. You don't want it to be too harsh. You don't want it to be too soft, but something that can carry you through your practice. So start to focus on that breath through the nose. Soften the cheek muscles. Take 1 more full breath with the eyes closed. And then blink the eyes open. Inhale, bring the arms out and up. Feel the palms touch overhead. Look up as the thumbs touch. And then exhale, I want you to lead with the heart, dive over the thighs, come into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back, bring the hands to the shins, reach the crown of the head forward, ears in line with the shoulders. Exhale to forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale to rise all the way up. Lengthen through the sides of the body. Look up as the palms touch. Exhale to bring the hands down to the heart. And we'll do that 2 more times, opening up the body. Inhale, use the breath, lengthen all the way up, fingertips lift. Exhale, leading with the heart, dive down over the thighs. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Crown reaches forward, roll the weight into the toes, and then exhale to forward fold. Good point, Bruno. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale to rise all the way up. Palms are going to touch overhead, and then exhale, hands to the heart. And this time we'll do it on our own. On your inhale, go ahead and lift the arms, but move through the practice on your own. Really nice. Close the eyes, hands come to the heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Blink the eyes open. If they're closed, hands come to the hips. I want you to keep the right foot forward and step the left foot back. I want the feet to be on opposite lines so you're not going to be on the same track. And then have the left heel down. Straighten through the front leg, and then inhale to lengthen through the torso. So the torso is going to grow really tall, and you'll lengthen through the sides of the body. Keep both legs straight. As you exhale, I want you to hinge with a flat back. Keep the ears in line with the shoulders, and just come halfway down. This is where you can use a block. I know you like using blocks, Grant, sometimes underneath the arms once we release the arms. But I want you to keep the torso for now in line with the floor, and then keep reaching the crown of the head towards me, towards the screen. Soften the shoulders down the back. Take one more breath. Press into the balls of both feet. Heels are secured to the floor. And then exhale to release the hands. You can use any blocks underneath the palms. Oops. And then take an inhale to find a little bit more length. Press the right hip back just a little bit. Drive the ball of the right toe into the floor. And then exhale to hinge forward over that right thigh. I want you to keep pressing into the back of the right heel all the way into the floor. And then the same thing with the outer edge of the left foot. Press the foot into the floor and then soften through the shoulders here. Notice where you're holding on to any tension. So for me, I'm feeling this shake in the front of my calf and then in my hamstring here a little bit. The quads are starting to shake. So just take one more breath here. Notice where the body is holding that energy and that tightness. And then I want you to put a bend in that front knee. Inhale to rise up into warrior one. Rotate the left heel in. The feet are still on opposite lines of energy. The left toes are pointing up. So if you're on a mat, they would be pointing towards the left corner of your mat. Sink deeply into this front knee. Arms are right alongside the ears. Soften the shoulders down the back. Lift up through the torso. So a lot of times we want to just pull puff the ribs out. I want you to see if you can lift straight up and then soften the shoulder blades down the back. Take another breath here, sink a little bit deeper into that front knee, and then feel the outer edge of that back foot glued to the floor. Belly button's pulling up towards the heart. Take another full breath here. Make sure you're breathing. Really nice. Hands are going to come behind the back. Interlace the fingers so that the right thumb is on top, and then straighten through the arms, but don't hyperextend the elbows. You're going to reach the knuckles for that left heel. Open up through the heart. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, we're going to hinge forward. Right shoulder's going to come towards the right knee. You're going to inhale to extend the knuckles up towards the ceiling now. Keep pressing into both feet evenly. You can walk the front foot forward if you need more space, but don't let the knee go past the ankle. Soften the shoulders away from the back of the head. Take one more full breath. Really nice. Release the hands all the way down for the floor. Inhale to come back up into warrior one. Soften the shoulders down the back. Then you're going to bring the hands to the hips. Look forward. Step the left foot next to the right, and you should be back at the top of the mat. Make any adjustments that you need to. Ground the feet into the floor. Rotate the inner thighs back in towards one another, and that's going to drive the feet into the floor. Soften the shoulders down the back. Close the eyes and release the hands now to the sides of the body. Palms are going to shine forward, and you're going to intentionally point the fingertips down. Close the eyes, and then find your breath once again. Notice maybe the difference of that right side compared to the left side. Soft muscles in the face. Find control to your breath. Take one more full cycle. And then blink the eyes open. Make sure that the corners of the mouth are turned up. Sometimes we don't even realize, but we start to scowl on our face when we're concentrating. So try and keep the face nice and light. We're going to step now the right foot back. Make sure that the feet are in separate lines of energy, and then rotate the right heel down. Straighten through both legs. I want you to inhale to find some length through the torso. So soft shoulders, engage the core. Notice if you're puffing out the ribs. And I want you to pull that left hip back just slightly. Can you drive the ball of the left toe into the floor? And then seal the outer edge of the right foot to the floor. Inhale to lengthen, grow tall through the spine. Find some space through the ribs here. And then as you exhale, you're going to hinge forward halfway. See if you can keep the ears in line with the shoulders. And then again, pull that left hip back just slightly. Keep pressing into both feet evenly. Soften through the breath. Soften through that left hamstring. Take one more cycle here. Keep reaching the crown of the head forward. Press into both feet a little bit more. And then when you're ready, exhale to release the hands all the way down to the floor. You can use props underneath the hands. Inhale to find some length. Reach the crown of the head forward and then hinge over your left thigh. See if you can find softness through the low back. Soften through the shoulders. Take another full cycle here. Tuck the chin slightly. Keep pressing the ball of the left foot into the floor. Seal the outer edge of the right foot. Soft shoulders here. Feel the shoulder blades moving towards the sit bones. Take one more cycle. And then you're going to put a slight bend in that left knee. Inhale to rise up and find warrior one. Arms are going to come right alongside the ears. If you need to walk the left foot forward just a little bit, just inch it forward. Don't let the knee go past the ankle. Hug the forearms the biceps towards the ears, and then rotate the forearms in towards one another. Belly button lifts up towards the sternum, and then soft shoulders. Find length through the neck. See if you can seal the outer edge of the right foot to the floor, and then spin the inner right thigh to the back. So like you're trying to spin it towards the back of the room. And then soft shoulders. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Really nice. Hands are going to come behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Now the left thumb is going to be on top, and extend the arms without hyperextending the elbows, but you're going to extend the knuckles for the right heel. Inhale to lift the heart up towards the chin, And then as you exhale, we're going to hinge forward. The left shoulder is going to come towards the left knee. And then as you extend the knuckles up towards the ceiling, soften the shoulder blades away from the ears. And then you can gaze at that front foot or the back foot, but still press into each foot evenly. Use the weight driving the feet into the earth to help you balance. Lengthen through the neck. Notice if the shoulders started to creep up towards the back of the neck. Take one more full cycle here. And then we'll release the hands all the way down. Inhale to rise back up. Find your warrior one. Soften the shoulder blades down the back. Belly button is engaged here. Keep the core working so that the sides of the body are lifting, but it's also protecting the low back. And then hands are going to come to the hips. Look forward. You're going to step this right foot forward to meet the left. Find your mountain pose. Extend the fingertips down for the floor. And then feel the ears in line with the shoulders. Close the eyes here. Find your breath. Notice now a little bit more balance and openness in both of the thighs. With the eyes closed, inhale the arms up towards the ceiling. Feel the palms touch overhead. As you exhale, lead with the heart, dive forward over the thighs. Keep your focus directed inward. Inhale, flat back, hands to the shins, crown reaches forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale to rise all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Keep the eyes closed. Take a big deep breath in and a deep breath out. Blink the eyes open. Hands are going to come to the hips. I want you to start and bring the weight into the right foot. If you need something to help you balance, then come over to a wall, or you can put your hand on a chair or a counter or something. And then as you make a little kickstand with the left foot, you can come to the tip toe of the big toe of the left foot. Just rest your heel. There's my words. Rest your heel on the right ankle. I want you to grow nice and firm through the right thigh. And then you can help the left foot above or below the knee. So maybe you press it to the calf. Or then maybe you help the left foot to the inner thigh. Whichever one is best for you. Again, you can use a wall or a chair to balance. And then this left knee isn't open all the way. Imagine where your hip points go. So if we open the left knee too much, then our hips come out of line. So bring the left knee in just slightly. Think about the corners of your mat again as a guide. And then hands can stay at the hips. You can bring them to the heart. I want you to find something to gaze at. And it's called a drishti, or a focal point. And then you can keep the hands at the heart as you find your drishti, or you can start to extend them up towards the ceiling. You can open the arms out. You can bring the arms out to a T. Whatever's going to feel good for you here. And once you find that spot that you feel comfortable, see if you can take a couple of breaths here on your own. You might sway like a tree would in the wind. If you fall, just come back into the pose. Take one more breath here. Really nice. And then stay balanced on this right leg. Bring the hands to the heart. You're going to bring the left knee in line with the left hip. Put a slight bend in this right knee. You're going to hinge forward. Come into warrior three. So keep the hands at the heart. Extend the left leg back. See if you can hover the torso over the floor. Extend the left heel to the back of the room. Take one more breath. And then very gently, we're going to step the left foot back. Find your balance and come into a lunge pose. So you'll come to the ball of the left foot. Hands can be at the heart. You can have them at the hips, whatever's going to feel comfortable. I'm going to extend them up to the ceiling. Sink into that front knee. Take a big, deep breath here. The right thigh should be on fire. And then hands are going to come to the hips. Put a bend in this front knee. Left hand's going to come down. And I just want us to find a slight little twist here. Extend the right fingertips up. Keep the left leg firm. Soften through the shoulders. For me, this feels really nice through the right glute. And then you can open up a little bit more, getting a little bit more stretch there. One more breath. Right hand's going to come down. Look forward. Left foot's going to meet the right. Inhale with a flat back. Bring the hands to the shins. You can also keep the fingertips on the floor. Reach the crown forward. And then exhale to forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale to rise all the way up. Look at the palms as they touch. Exhale to pull the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Hands come to the hips. Blink the eyes open. Find your drishti. Start to bring the weight now on the opposite foot. So as you do that, you'll make a little kickstand with the left foot. Rest the heel on the right ankle. Engage the core. Find your stability in the right leg. And then decide what you want to do. Bring the left foot to the calf. Once you find your balance, you can also help the foot to the inner thigh. And then again, think about what this knee, I'm on the wrong leg. Thanks, Grant. Think about what this knee is doing, like we did on the left side. Felt like I was doing the same side there. But we don't want to open up that knee too much, because then you notice, you can feel yourself that the hips come out of alignment. So point that knee towards the corner. Now as you press the foot into the thigh, can you press the thigh back into the foot? And then once you find your stability, lift tall through the spine, and then do what you want with the arms. Soft shoulders. Rotate the pinkies in if the arms are lifted. And then you might sway from side to side on this one. Keep focusing on your drishti. Take one more breath. And then hands are going to come to the heart. Stay balanced on the left leg and bring that right knee in. Have it in line with the hip. You're going to keep the hands at the heart. As you extend the torso forward, start to extend the right foot back. Notice which side of the body you balance better on here. Reach the heel back. Crown reaches forward. Take one more breath here. And then very gently, we're going to step the right foot back. Whew. Left thigh is on fire here. You're going to come to the ball of the right toe. Inhale the arms up. Very nice. Soften through the shoulders. Find your lunge. And then exhale to bring the hands down to the floor here. Just keep this right hand planted. Keep the right leg firm. Inhale to spiral the left hand up. Core is still on fire here. Right leg is engaged. See if you can open up and find that opening through the left glute. You can spiral open a little bit more here. Take one more cycle of breath. And then on your inhale, left hand's going to come down. Put a little bend in the left knee. Look forward, right foot's going to meet the left. And then inhale, flat back, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale to forward fold. And we're going to stay here for a moment. Can rest the hands on the floor. You can bring props underneath the hands. You can grab onto opposite elbows. Maybe a slight bend in the knees. Sway from side to side. Tuck the chin slightly. Just take a moment here to breathe. If you rock the weight into the toes, and then think about bringing your heart a little bit closer to the thighs, you'll feel a little bit more of a stretch in the hamstrings. Then also think about pointing the glutes up towards the ceiling. You'll feel a little bit more stretch in the back of the thighs, the back of the booty. Take one more breath. And then release the fingertips for the floor. Inhale to come up halfway. You can keep the fingertips on the floor, bring the hands to the shins. And then exhale to forward fold. Go all the way down. Notice how it feels different. Inhale to rise all the way up. Sweep the arms up overhead. Palms are going to touch. Exhale to bring the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes. Find your breath once again. Keep the lips sealed. Notice the shift in the mind. Maybe the calmness in the breath that you've created. Take one more cycle here. And then blink the eyes open. Hands are going to release to the hips. So you can find a wall for this last little series that we're going to go through. So I want you to, if you have the balance, it's fine. You don't need to have anything. But I want you to start by bringing the weight into this left leg, or whichever. It doesn't matter which leg, whichever leg you want to start on. So you can start on whichever leg you want. So I'm going to bring the opposite foot into my hand. So for me, my right foot is in my hand. I'm using my left hand just to balance against the wall. Make sure that whichever leg is grounded into the floor is really firm. Lift up through the spine and root the foot into the floor. So you can choose to stay here. You can choose, if you want, you can turn and face that wall. Sometimes it might be easier. So as you have the foot in the hand, start to hinge forward, kind of like we're coming into Warrior 3, where you parallel the torso to the floor, but then use the wall to come forward even more. So for me in dancer pose, I might not come far without the wall, but this just helps me to find that balance. So eventually you would want your torso to be parallel to the earth, mostly. And then you'll kick the right foot, or the foot that's in the hand, up a little bit more and extend it, kind of like you're extending the foot back, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. Open up through that right shoulder. Take another breath wherever you want to be. Maybe you let go of the wall and you balance without the wall. Maybe you extend the fingertips up. Wherever you are, take another full breath. And then release the foot, come to standing. Close the eyes here. Take a breath in. And then take a breath out. And then find the weight in the opposite foot, whichever leg that you didn't balance on. So if you're using the wall, I actually like facing the wall even more. But if you're moving a little bit more forward into the practice, then maybe you turn sideways to the wall. So as you find the weight in the opposite foot, ground the opposite leg into the earth. Find your stability. And then you can start to hinge forward. Maybe you keep the hand on the wall. Maybe you extend the fingertips up to the ceiling. Wherever you are, keep kicking now the back foot into the hand, almost like you're trying to touch the toes to the ceiling. And then take another full cycle of breath here. Breathe deeply. Keep rooting your standing leg into the floor. And then take one more breath. Really nice. Come back to standing. Face forward. Close the eyes. Take a big deep breath in. and a deep breath out. And then we'll come to seated. Find your way onto the floor. Rock the sit bones from side to side. Let's just close the eyes. I want you to feel now the balance within the sides of the body. Maybe a little bit more openness through the breath. And with that focus, maybe a little bit more focus for your day. As you close the eyes, notice how the breath is. And bring the hands together in front of the heart. And to close our practice together, we'll take those 3 breaths. And when you're ready all together, big deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Again, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. One last time. Biggest inhale. Biggest exhale. And then when you're ready, blink the eyes open. Find a smile on your face. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, guys, for your practice. I hope that you had a really great morning, and I hope that this starts your day and your weekend off really well. For those of you that this is the last practice of the challenge, I commend you for starting a yoga practice if you hadn't started one before. And I hope that even though that challenge is over, that you stick with your practice as you move forward. And if you want to, you guys can all still join me next week on Monday at 9 a.m. I hope you have a really great day and a great weekend. Thanks to Grant and Bruno over there for your support too. All right, guys, have a really great day and a great weekend. See you later.